Hello, everybody. Well, seems I'm back here again to talk about more drama. I don't know if you ever heard of the streamer Extra Emily, but she's a very popular streamer. She's also a member of OTK, and I'm also a big fan of hers. So I'll say it straight away that this video may be biased to some extent. I'm not even going to try to hide it, but I'm going to try to be honest and be fair. And you can let me know in the comments if you disagree with what I'm saying here. But it seems lately that Extra Emily is being attacked left and right in a fashion that I feel is unproportional. Now, this issue was really highlighted to my attention when I was watching YouTube. And it seems there were two videos in particular that kind of spurred me on to talk about this issue too. One YouTuber by the name of Sadagascar, which I find him incredibly funny, also subscribe to him. And Willytato, I think his name is. I'm also subscribed to him as well. Both of these guys make great content. This isn't an attack on them or anything like that, but just merely disagreement with the way they kind of portray and talk about Extra Emily. Now, in Sadagascar video, he was basically saying that he personally greatly dislikes her, and that's fair. You can dislike whoever you want to dislike, but I feel his judgments were kind of harsh and not in context. He brought up the fact that she hit a cop car as her being incredibly stupid.
Watching a lot of Extra Emily, I have concluded that she is just very good at school, okay? When it comes to everything else, she is just a fucking dutz. Now, when it comes to what she does for actual content, I couldn't tell you. But do you guys know Pops from regular show? Like that one dude with an abnormally large head? She's kind of like the annoying female version of that. Like, for example, here's a clip of her going viral for crashing into a parked cop car.
On your left! Hello! Bing bong, on your left, thank you! Oh, ah! Are you okay? Oh my god. Sorry. Are you okay? Is this okay? Oh god, I'm so sorry, sir. Is it okay?
I feel like that clip right there perfectly captures the essence of her content without even showing her face, because how the fuck do you hit a parked car? Like,
Maybe that's the case, but from what I was seeing, it wasn't like she was like intentionally trying to hit the cop car for content. She was just riding her bike or doing whatever she was doing, and she wasn't looking right, and she hit it, and she decided to upload it anyway because it was a rare moment captured on camera. If anything, it was just funny. And then there's the issue with her giving money back to her parents, paying her parents back for college.
Do you think that would be your best gift towards your dad or your parents? To pay back your tuition?
I'm never gonna pay it back though.
Wait, actually?
No, I don't want to.
But you could.
Yeah, but I'm not going
Wait,
to.
do you have student loans?
Yeah, student loans to my parents.
And you're making them pay it off?
No, like my parents paid, and then they're like, pay us back for college, and I just like don't want to.
Okay.
But don't you think that would make them like really happy and proud?
No, they're fine.
Are you doing it kind of like almost out of spite because you're like, I don't want to because like I can, but I know that you guys don't need it?
Yes.
That's why you don't.
Yes, they don't need it. And I'm
You
like,
don't need it.
I'm just a bad daughter.
You are.
Yeah, it's fine.
Now, apparently, she owed them, I think, $170,000. I may be off on that, but makes way more than that. And she had enough money to pay him back. Now, apparently, she wasn't doing it. She didn't want to. She got caught up in a whole bunch of drama because of this. Now, I think it's kind of fair on the surface for people to be judgmental of this because it's like that's your parents. They helped you get to college. They paid a lot of money, and now that you're basically wealthy, now you can help them out. That's fair. But it's crucial context missing from this situation and information that I never got answered. Number one, did her parents want her to go and push her to go, or did she ask to go herself and ask them to help pay? Because if she went on her own, that's a different scenario. And yes, I feel she owes it 100%. But if her parents wanted her to go and they paid for it, then I feel like she doesn't owe them as much. But I get it. There's different context here. She does come from an Asian family, and there's different cultural differences when it comes to the situations and how people grow up. So there's a much more nuance to that. So I'm not going to sit here and judge and say, hey, what she did is completely right or wrong. I just think it's unproportional with the amount of hate that she gets for that, when really it's more of a nuanced issue. And again, in Willytato's video, and once again, I like these guys. I subscribe to them. They're not bad guys. But I felt he was kind of describing her as kind of spoiled and a bit narcissistic. And I just disagree with that. And some of the evidence he gave for that and some of the interactions between her and NMP and her crying about having to work a regular job if streaming didn't work out.
Another example of her being completely self-absorbed is in this clip right here, where she was asking NMP, oh, are you having fun doing what I'm doing at least? And he's like, no. And then he goes on and on about why he doesn't like doing the things that she's doing because they don't really share the same interests, but he does like hanging out with her as a friend. And she starts crying instead of trying to change what they're doing so that way everyone else is at least having fun.
Okay, are you having fun?
No, I never have fun when I hang out with you.
Okay, are you having fun?
No, I never have fun when I hang out with you. The only thing I enjoy hanging out with you is like just being with you. Like the car ride over here for me is better than the actual, because everything that we do together sucks and I hate every second of it. But the fact that I get to hang out with you is the only good thing. Like all the activities you have planned, hate them all. Hate them.
Wait, why?
I hate swimming. Look at her eyes. She was actually gonna start crying. Going to the water park. Hate going to that fair we went to. This cooking class. Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. The fact that we get to hang out together, I'm down. And this is me speaking transparently. Now, if you want me to have some real fun, we go right over to that corner over there at that restaurant that me and Cassie went to.
Look at her eyes.
$500 worth of appetizers, we pig the fuck out. That is how I have fun. And maybe socks off. That's how Cassie does it.
But you were literally saying an oxymoron because you said you don't like any of the activities that I pick out, but you like hanging out with me. That makes no sense.
I like you, not the activities.
And now, obviously, I'm being very nitpicky here, but in my opinion, instead of crying and being a Debbie Downer and a negative Nancy and just bringing down the overall mood, why not just ask him, hey, okay, so you don't like doing what I'm doing. Alright, then can we, like, arrange something so that way maybe we can just do something else, like improvise for content? And instead of doing that, she's just sitting there crying and then, like, making people feel bad and stuff like that. And I'm not saying, oh, you should be holding in your emotions. Crying is bad. If you cry, you are a baby and you're... No, that's not it at all. In fact, crying is a great way to get your emotions out. But I just don't really think that if she was as nice of a person as her brand seems to be, she would actually just try and go like, alright, well, I mean, if you don't like doing what I'm doing, then my bad, gang. What do you like doing? Maybe we can work something out and we'll see how things go from there. And one final thing that I want to talk about is just her crying at the thought of working a normal job. Now, this came after the controversy where there's a clip taken out of context of her saying the N-word, and then she was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do if I actually do get canceled for being like an alleged racist, even though I'm not. And then I talked to my parents about it, and they told me to go get a normal job. And then she starts crying.
I was like, okay, what else would I do with my time if I wasn't a streamer? I talked to my mom and she's like, Emily, go get an MBA and you can just go back to work. And I'm like, that sounds horrible. So I'm like, I still do, like, every time I thought about something else, it always just came back to me streaming. And I was like, I just have to kind of weather this part of the bad part of the internet, and I'm just like, there really isn't anything else I want to do. It's just kind of, you have to deal with it. So,
and I'm just sitting there going like, okay, so you have to work to make your money. That's what's making you cry, and that just comes off as really spoiled and kind of narcissistic in a sense, because you're just thinking that working a normal job is beneath you and stuff like that. And
to me, those in it exemplify narcissistic tendencies. That is just exemplified to me. Number one, they're making jokes with the NP stuff. It's all jokes. He's here to have the shit he says and does. And number two, her crying was her sadness with the idea of not being able to do what her dream job and passion was. She graduated university and everything, and I get that. People are going to just say, you can get a job, you can get a high-paying job with a degree like that, and that may be the case, that may be true. But it's not necessarily what she wants. It's not something she has a passion for. Lord knows I've been to enough jobs that have made money, but I absolutely hate it, made me miserable. I wanted to kill myself in some of these places. And of course, if I got an opportunity like she did, and I was to become a streamer or someone big like that, of course I would feel sad. That would be the thing I would want to do if that was an ultimate dream of mine, and then for that dream to almost be crushed or taken away. Of course I would cry. I don't think it's a sign of being spoiled or a sign of like, oh, I'm too good for this job. No, it's a sign of like, I don't want to go to that job. The job sucks ass. It's not I'm too good. It's more like I'm gonna be miserable if I go. And that was pretty much it. To me personally, and like I said, I am biased. Extra Emily is funny. She's very cute. She's very nice, and she seems all around to be a good person. And she tries her best to be positive. I know some people might think that personality she puts on is fake, And maybe to some degree it might be, because everything's performative on some level when you're on the camera. But I truly like it, and I have not seen any evidence to suggest she's a bad person, that she's narcissistic or selfish in any real way. I think a lot of things around her have been overhyped. I think people have made bigger deals out of stuff than it should be because it's the internet, you know? But anyway, I love Extra Emily. Nothing that had happened will make me not like her or stop watching her streams. But anyway, I'm awesome. You're awesome. And let me know if you like Extra Emily or not, and if you care about streamers at all, or if you watch any other streamers. But anyway, like I said before, I'll see you guys later.
This time I want